Recently, someone called my office from South Carolina, and they said, I've been talking to an insurance adjuster, and the insurance adjuster keeps talking about pre-existing conditions. Yet, before I was hurt, my pre-existing conditions weren't bothering me at all. In fact, I didn't even know I had some. What happens when you have a pre-existing condition is a corporation or an insurance company is going to try to use it as an excuse. And they're going to try to use it as an excuse to convince you that your case isn't worth anything and that the misconduct is irrelevant to the case. We know this isn't true, but we also know that when we have pre-existing conditions and the insurance company or the corporation is holding firm because of pre-existing conditions, what they're really doing is trying to test your resolve to go forward with your case. If you have a pre-existing condition and you know that you can't accept the type of settlement that is being offered, that means we have work to do. When someone has a pre-existing condition that was aggravated because of the recklessness of somebody else, we have to work with the doctors that are treating you to get them to assist us in preparing your case for trial and preparing notations in the medical records that demonstrate that even though there was a pre-existing condition, that doesn't mean the person that hurt you should just get a pass, nor does it mean that you weren't functioning pretty well or fine before all this happened. The other way that we can deal with pre-existing conditions is when we're selecting a jury, we can ask everybody, who here has a pre-existing condition, would you please raise your hand? Well, guess what? We know that there's a good chance that at least half the people on the jury are going to have a pre-existing condition. Yet, none of those people on the jury are going to believe that someone that is reckless and careless, or a corporation that's reckless and careless, or a doctor that's reckless and careless, should be able to get a pass for their behavior or their misconduct simply because the person they happen to hurt has a pre-existing condition and the person they happen to hurt was you. But what this does mean is that you're going to need an attorney that's willing to prepare your case to go for trial. You're going to need to prepare for the worst so that you can hope for the best. And the way that you do that is you hire an attorney that's experienced in preparing a case for trial, because you can't ask people in the jury box to raise their hands if you have a pre-existing condition if you can't get your case to trial. So it means when you have a pre-existing condition, there's going to be more work involved. If you are willing to put that work in because you just can't really relish the thought of settling your case for well below what you've been through, then call my firm and let's get to work. We're here to help, but when you have a pre-existing condition, we're going to have to do some extra work. But that doesn't mean the bad guys should get a pass for what they've done. Call our office and let's hold them accountable in South Carolina.